All right, everybody. Dr. Dave here. I'm going to be making a quick and dirty video today. No editing, nothing like that. I know some of you have been waiting for a bone broth or a chicken stock recipe. So I'm just going to lay it out flat for you. Pause the video, get a notepad and a pen so that you can write down the steps. It's super easy, and it's going to be something that's very, very beneficial for your health if you bring it in on a regular basis. So basically, hopefully you can see this. This is the book that I'm using. If you do not have this book, this is Nourishing Traditions by Sally Fallon. If you don't have this book, it's recipes. It's also a ton of information about nutrition, how to be healthy. I definitely recommend getting this book, Nourishing Traditions by Sally Fallon. I am using her chicken stock recipe with a couple modifications. When you're doing bone broth, it's full of so much nutrition. It's something that for anybody just on a health maintenance plan should be eating this often. And for anybody that's healing, that has a problem that's healing, it should be a part of your daily routine, especially if you are having digestive issues. And if you've been watching the stuff I've been putting up on Facebook and YouTube recently, you'll know that pretty much everybody who's having any sort of health issue whatsoever, there is some level of a digestive component to that as well. We are always working with digestion. So bone broth, chicken stock, whatever you want to call it, is going to be a part of your life. Learn how to make it. So there are bone broth powders out there, and those are good. I use one every single day. I put it in my morning smoothie. I love it. It's convenient. It gives me a lot of healthy protein. It's giving me all the nutrition that's in the bone broth. However, having said that, I don't know the source of the chickens. I'm assuming they're not organic. I don't know how they were raised. I don't know if they have antibiotics or hormones in them. So if you have the time and the capability, making your own stock is going to be much more beneficial for you. You know the source of everything. Having said that, also, make sure, and this is very important, we're not skimping when we're doing the chicken stock. Everything is organic, everything. I do not want Monsanto in my chicken stock or my bone broth. I don't want that going in to my body. So make it organic. This is one of those times that I don't skip on that, okay? Here's how we do it. First thing you need, here's the things you need to go to the store and buy. You need an organic chicken. Ideally organic, so we're talking about no hormones, no antibiotics, pasture raised, hopefully you can find that, not vegetarian fed. Chickens eat meat, and they need meat to get all the nutrition that they need. So if they're vegetarian fed, they're not getting the nutrition that they need. It's not going to be the healthiest chicken that you can find. So you want to find a free range pasture raised. That means they're out in the pasture, running around, eating whatever they can find, bugs, lizards, whatever it is, getting the nutrition that they need. That's your chicken. That's what we're starting off with. Hopefully it has the organ meat in there, okay? If you can find one, if you can actually get a chicken at the farmer's market, get the feet, the chicken feet have tons of collagen. You can get chicken feet at the Asian markets, probably not going to be organic. So I do bend there. I do get the chicken feet. I can't find organic ones, so I get them and I bring them in anyway. Has collagen. Collagen's good for your tendons, your ligaments, your joints, your knees, your elbows, whatever it is, your spine joints. You need collagen. So there's your chicken. You got that. You need 5-6 large carrots, organic. 5 or 6 celery stalks, organic. 2 large onions, organic. A bunch of parsley, organic. See if I'm missing anything here. Filtered water. If you don't have your own reverse osmosis system or filtered water system, get filtered water or spring water. We're going to need a lot of it. So make sure that you have that as well. Here's how you start out. You start off with a big pot of boiling water. You're just going to boil some water. Take your chicken, and we're just going to clean it. You're going to stick the chicken in there for 3 to 5 minutes. You're going to notice all of this brown muck coming up off the chicken. It's it's muck. It's stuff we don't want in our stock. So we're cleaning the chicken. That's step one. 3 to 5 minutes in boiling water. Be very, very careful handling this because you don't want to get burned. Get the chicken out of there however you're going to do it. I use wooden spoons and I just kind of stick it in there and pull the thing out. Set it on on the counter, on a wood board, whatever it is, to cool off for a second. You're going to clean your pot. Get all that junk out of there. Put the pot back on the stove. Fill it up with your filtered water. And now you put your chicken back in. Chicken goes in the cold water. Step 2, chicken goes in the cold water. You're going to put 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar. That's something I forgot to mention. 2 tablespoons of Bragg's apple cider vinegar into the water, and you're going to let the chicken sit there for about a half hour. This is going to start the process of pulling the minerals out of the chicken bones, out of the bones. Okay, we're pulling the stuff out of the bones. That's the whole purpose of our stock, is to get as much nutrition in the liquid as we possibly can. Now, before you stick that chicken in, you can also chop the chicken up. Okay, I forgot to mention this. Chop it up, get a butcher's knife, the big heavy one, chop it up through the bones. You want to open up those bones, okay? Get it into pieces, throw the chicken in there, let it sit in the water for a half hour in the apple cider vinegar. Once you've done that, after the half hour is over, step 3, chop up your carrots. Doesn't have to be artistic, just chop it up, right? Peel them, chop them, throw them in. Chop up your celery, throw it in. Chop up your onions, throw it in. Leave the parsley, we're not putting that in yet. So carrots, onions, celery, chopped into the water. Bring it to a boil. All right, so now you have, going into step 4, you have a big pot. We're talking probably 4 to 5 quarts of water, filtered water, and make sure it covers the chicken. I usually go up to about 6 quarts. It's fine. It makes a lot of stock. 6 quarts of water, covering your chicken, carrots, onions, celery in there. It's boiling. Right when it hits a boil, you're going to bring it down to a simmer, a low simmer. So it's going to be a medium low or even just a low on your stove. Just barely a bubble. We don't want the stock to burn. If you have it up too high, it's going to burn. So figure out what that is for you. I'd put a lid on it with a little crack. That way it keeps the water in there. And we're going to simmer it for minimum 6 hours. You can let it simmer for up to 24 hours. The longer the better, the more nutrition you're getting out of the chicken bones and everything else in there. By the way, make sure you put the organ meat in there. Make sure you get those chicken feet in there if you have it as well. The neck, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, whatever it is, those have nutrition that you need. Put it in your stock, okay? Make sure it's in there. Simmering, low simmer, up to 24 hours, minimum 6 hours that you're simmering this for. So you're gonna simmer overnight. Start it in the morning, late morning, early afternoon, simmer it overnight. You're gonna stir. Now in the beginning, you're gonna see some more of that bubbly stuff come up. You can skim that off the top. And as you go, you just skim the bubbly stuff off the top and put it aside, throw it away, you don't need it. So, we're good. We've simmered 6 hours up to 24 hours, making sure we don't burn the stock. After 24 hours, or after however long it is, you're gonna shut it off. This is step 5. So now, we're going to, right before you shut it off actually, you're going to take that bunch of parsley, the whole bunch of parsley, 10 minutes before you're done, and you're gonna throw it on the top. This is gonna pull all the minerals out of the parsley. We're just gonna get all that stuff to come out into your stock. You keep it there for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you pull it off and you throw it away. Okay? That's step 5. Step 6, you're gonna let it all cool down. Once it's cool, it's gonna take a while. Once it's cooled down, you need to strain it. So get a metal strainer, a couple big pots, and you're just going to dump that stuff through and get rid of all the chicken parts. Those chicken parts are great for animals. Those bones will be nice and soft, so if you have a dog can eat it. Cat can't actually because of the onions. So a dog would be fine for the chicken parts. So now you have anywhere from 4 to 6 quarts of chicken stock. of bone broth. Okay, and by the way, if that level of water is going down while you're cooking it, you need to refill it. You want to keep that level of water up. Okay, that's why I put a lid on. I typically don't need to do that. You can run it through a cheesecloth if you want to. It's going to have little bits of stuff in there. I don't mind it. But if you want it perfectly clear, if you're going to be drinking it like a drink, run it through a cheesecloth. But this is it. You're going to freeze some of it, put some of it in your fridge. A lot of people just drink it. I can't do that. It doesn't work for me. So I make soups. You can make pea soups. You can make lentil soups. You can make chicken soups, vegetable soups, or just heat up the broth and just eat it that way. But this is how you do it, and it's going to last you a while. Last you for a week or two, depending on how much stuff you make from it. Super healthy stuff. I hope that made sense. I'm just kind of throwing this out there. If you have questions, put it in the comments below. I'll answer them. I'll be on throughout the day. I know you guys have been waiting for this, so good luck with it. Someday later, maybe I'll do a video of actually how to do it and actually show you how to do it. But I wanted to get this up there so you had the information. I know some of you are waiting. All right, guys. Have an awesome day. I'll see you at the office soon. Take care.